welcome to The Breakfast Show on TSM Nigeria TV. My name is Joyce Jukes. I'm joined by Neki Moyo and Keke Mudupe. Good morning.
Good morning.
I hate when there's a plan to wear a color.
But you have a black inside,
and I'm never told.
Why are you stressing yourself? We have a dinner we're attending this evening now. No, not cheap now. Oh, so we decided to dress this way. We're going home, coming back to change. It doesn't make sense.
So me, am I an orphan? Why am I not involved?
No, you know what will happen? You will still attend. Okay. You take the cameras, snap us good shots.
I'll just take off my jacket and then I have blank and then we'll all go as a team.
We will not do team.
Team building.
There will be no team today.
Team
you will snap us pictures.
Speaking about teams and team buildings and groups, Joy State was thrown into a certain level of turmoil, at least reasonably online, where we saw a video of a hotel being owned by an apparent APC chieftain being destroyed by the Joy State government. Kabaka went on live to explain how he felt, and he called out for peace and said that nobody should try to avenge, especially the Niger Delta Avengers. What do you guys think about that? I didn't see it coming.
Why?
I don't know.
It has the issue. It has been there, and we're just waiting for it to happen.
I feel like for me, it was one of those things that you were like, it will happen, but your mind like, nah.
Yeah, that really happen.
You know what? There's it all depends on the divide where you are standing as far as this case is concerned. A lot of people are saying that, come on, if the governor does not demolish that property, then the governor does not have this chicken-hearted, does not have the willpower. And a lot of people will still say the governor demolishes the property, it means that the governor is wicked, is bad. There's a tradition in Benin Kingdom. You don't destroy a structure that has been built from the ground. It's wrong. If this man has flouted the laws of the land, the property should be demolished. This is not the first time now. We've seen it before now.
Yeah, but did he flout?
We don't know. We can't. It's not for the courts to decide.
The last time that we had the demolition that was spoken about this much was, I think it was June or Shomole's time, where some senior lecturers in Uniben had their houses demolished. But he said that he was demolished because the government were reclaiming the land that originally belonged to the government. And then there were papers to prove that originally the location was owned by the government. So do we have anything like that?
You see, let me tell you, this is the last time we were on set, we discussed the issue of information. That's the problem. We lack information in this country. If you meet the Kabaka side, they will tell you their own, that they have document backing. If you meet the government side, they will tell you that that land was built on government property. The truth about it is that if we have access to information, people will have information for them to base their judgment on. As it stands, we don't even know if the governor or the other side, they are trying to victimize this side. We don't even know. But all we know, if that property was built on government property, it ought not to be there. It ought not to be there.
All right, so we should stay and we should see how it unfolds. We're going to go ahead now and celebrate a very, very great man in English history, one of the greatest novelists of the Victorian era. His name is Charles Dickens. He was born on this day, February 7th, in 1812. Now, despite his lack of formal education, he edited a weekly journal for 20 years, wrote 15 novels, 5 novellas, hundreds of short stories and non-fiction articles, and campaigned vigorously for children's rights, education, and other social reforms. Now, some of his most popular writings include A Christmas Carol, Oliver Twist, Great Expectations, and A Tale of Two Cities. He died on June 9th, 1870 at the age of 58. So happy posthumous birthday to Charles Dickens.
My uncle.
Jesus.
If you are successful, you're my uncle, you're my auntie.
You remember the last time I said was his crush?
Yeah, my crush.
He's getting a lot of backlash in the United States right now, but I guess we'll talk about that on the weekend. It's really exciting. Do you know Gayle King?
Her best friend.
She's also a very great woman. Gayle King called out Kobe Bryant for a case of rape that he had a couple of years back, and the case was in court, and he was never charged with the case. Now, Gayle King did an interview yesterday, and she spoke about Kobe Bryant's legacy and the fact that he could have been an alleged rapist, and the entirety of America has been screaming, saying that you do not come out when a wife is grieving to tell her that her husband is a rapist, especially when he was never charged in the case. And most importantly, you're very close with Harvey Weinstein, that has been accused by over 60 women of sexual assault, that has lost his job. But you have never mentioned Harvey Weinstein. So why have you chosen to mention Kobe Bryant? That if you were fighting for women, you would have spoken about Harvey Weinstein, but you guys are friends and you never mentioned him. But now you're mentioning Kobe Bryant. It was a whole thing.
One thing I discovered, especially this goes to all would-be celebrities. Before you get to the top, we need to be very careful of our dealings with these women. Because most times, this issue they call rape, they're actually consensual agreement between partners. But you know what they do? At the end of the day, because they are stars, they just come, they say it's rape. And it's common. It's like in America, once you're successful, you have issue of rape, somebody will come up one day and tell you they rape them. It doesn't make sense at all.
We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll be discussing issues that pertain to us Nigerians. How does the average Nigerian get affected by government policy? Stay there. Thank you for staying there. Now, public policy is characterized by a dynamic, complex system through which public problems are identified and resolved through creating new public policies or resolving existing ones. Looking at the current ban of motorcycles and tricycles in Lagos State, one begins to wonder if ever the average Nigerian is considered while politicians are making policies. This morning, we're going to be discussing government policies and the average Nigerians. You can come and join the conversation by TSL Nigerian TV, and we're going to take all of them. Now, guys, looking at our system of government, we run a democratic system of government, and the system of government says it's for the people. Are we going to say that policies that have been made so far have the people in mind? I'm not entirely sure how to say that and be objective, because I am the average Nigerian, so I am most likely going to be empathetic towards my fellow average Nigerian than to be entirely objective. Now, the discourse that the Lagos State government opened when they decided to ban motorcycles is very similar to the exact same one that the Edo State government opened when they were going to ban motorcycles, that they were unsafe, that they were one of the leading causes of accidents in our roads. And, you know, unlike automobile accidents, I feel like automobile accidents happen more frequently, like cars, than bikes. But it's like when there's a plane crash, the plane is the safest way to travel, but if there's a plane crash, most likely everybody will die. That's kind of how the motorcycle is. If you have an accident, the injuries that you sustain 9 out of 10 times could be worse than the one that you sustain in your regular, oh, I hit a car and I break the side mirror type of thing. So as much as I understand where the Lagos State government is coming from, trying to reduce road accidents, it's almost suspect. For one thing, a lot of bikes do not work on express roads in Lagos. They mostly work in the streets and in the smaller roads. So are they the major cause of accidents in Lagos? We've seen time over time where tankers carrying fuel has either fallen on cars. Remember the Fort Oil Otedola Road incident that claimed over almost 50 or even more than 50 lives. A lot of times in Lagos, the issues that we'll hear is mostly those tankers that are exploding or falling on cars and stuff. And Lagosians have been crying out constantly to either take them off the road or make them move at night. But nothing has been done. And the means of transportation that has actually helped to reduce the Lagos traffic is now being removed for the sake of safety. Sometimes you're thinking, are you doing this thing for safety, or is there an ulterior motive? Because if it was for safety, why didn't you go after the ones that people have already been crying about for a long time? Do you agree with what she's saying? Is it actually people-centered?
How can it be people-centered in Nigeria when there is nothing like feedback mechanism? Our politicians, how do they hear from the people? No way. I keep saying this. It doesn't make sense that the only time you have an interaction with our leaders is during election, during campaign. That's the time you get to hear from them. That's the time you get to interact with them and pour your mind for that. You know what? They are very attentive at that point in time. The best time politicians, they listen to you as the citizens is during election, during campaign. They listen to you, and there's nothing you tell them that they object. If you tell them that, come on, we want Okada inside government house, they will approve it during election. If they ask, is that what people want? They say, yeah, that's what I want, and it's approved. After then, so not until government look for a way to begin to get feedback from the people they say they are leading, nothing works, and it's not going to work. So please, this issue of Lagos ban on Okada and the rest in, come to think of it, I know they are trying to build safer Lagos. They're trying to come up with a city that meets up with world standard. But the issue is this: you must understand that Lagos, the population in Lagos, the number of vehicles you have in Lagos cannot even attend to the persons you have in Lagos. Come to even think of it. They're trying to solve the issue of traffic. They're trying to take out cars from the road, and you're trying to ban bikes. So how would you solve traffic? Because which means that a lot of persons will have to look for a way to get cars, thereby increasing the number of cars we have on the roads. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This one that Lagos State government they did, banning bike, it doesn't make sense. I think that's not the best of the people at this point in time.
Now, while they bring in new policies, do you feel that there have been any measures so far? Are we seeing any measures so far? During the week, they actually inaugurated Lag Ferry, which is a sort of water transportation for people to explore and use. But news getting to us right now is that the place has been locked. So it means that Lagosians that are actually staying around the water areas cannot even explore Lag Ferry. So are you saying right now that there was no proper measure put in place for this ban to happen? Not to talk about the investments, companies like Gokada,
I was to come to that.
Losing a lot of employers right now, a lot of people that have lost their jobs and stuff. So where do we go from here?
Let me tell you. I keep telling people that in this country we have leaders that rule based on defaults, not design. They are just in power. You know what we call intuition now. They just wake up one morning, what they feel like doing, that's what they do. But that's not leadership. As a leader, you must first put the people. Leadership is service. It's the people. That is what you must have at the back of the people. So before you come up with the policy, you consider the effect it's going to have on the people. Just imagine. You say you are trying to create an environment where business can thrive. We have people like Gokada, we have OPay. You see them coming up with business, as in brainchild of people, well thought out business plans. And look at how they are making waves, employing citizens, taking people out of crime, making your cities safe. You wake up one morning, you are sending them out of business because of one policy that you can as well look for a way to tweak. And I want to believe that there was no consultation. It's Nigerian now. They don't bother to consult. Even when they consult you with a predetermined decision in mind. That while you are in that meeting, they just want it to be like they had a meeting with you. The discussion is usually information. They just hear your own, and then they still come up with what they want to come up with. So it doesn't make sense at all.
Joyce, do you agree with what he said?
Absolutely. And what is worse is that they never plan. Let's say people are alleging that maybe somebody really close to the political seat has something similar that he's going to release very soon, and that is why they're doing it. Why didn't he just release it first? Why didn't they just do that first? Why do we always have to impute things that's going to put so much suffering into the average Nigerian? And what is crazy is that even in our small hub of the average Nigerians, we still have so much class system within ourselves that we cannot even come out with one voice. The people that are driving their small Toyota Corollas and their small Hondas that were not affected directly by this bike, they are not going to feel moved. There's going to be a protest tomorrow. Those guys will not come out. They're not driving Okadas. But they're forgetting to think that this goes beyond them now. There's been news that Gokada has laid off 80% of their staff. Now, 80% of their staff is not bike riders. They have software developers that they've laid off. They have front desk people that they've laid off. There's so many people that are not even bike riders that have been affected by this thing. And then the amount of time, like the amount of productive time that you'll be spending on traffic now. People do not always realize that if it affects Mr. A, there's the off chance that the ripple effect is going to affect me too. And the government has said that no matter what they do, they're going to get away with it because people are going to refuse to close them.
I was to come to
There was a time that Hong Kong protested for almost 4 months every
day.
single day.
Yes. Yes.
There's another protest that just ended, and the person that was in government has been removed. The protest was on for 23 days straight. Nigerians will never do it because they're afraid that police are going to shoot them. And the ones that the policemen have killed, how many of you came out to fight for the ones that the policemen have killed? A small girl was allegedly killed in Lagos the day before yesterday, yes, the Yanopaja, during the protest that was going on. The small girl was killed. What have we done about the small girl's death that just happened? Even when they were protesting, the protesters were destroying the windshield of downfall drivers. Why are you destroying the windshield of the downfall driver? What did the downfall drivers do to you? Because they didn't join.
You see, let me tell you. Sometimes when I see things happen like this happening to Nigerians, I just rely, I smile. You know why? Because the kind of leaders you have in a nation is a reflection of the kind of followers you have.
Exactly.
The truth is this. We are so gullible in this nation. You see a government that is working, a government that aligns with policies that is people-centered. Because you wake up one morning, your leader, the government is not serving the interests of your political leader, and they tell you that there's a need for you to change that government. Everybody queues behind the leader and say this government must go. We've seen series of it nationally, yes, states. We've seen it like this. And at the end of the day, you put people that are clueless in positions of authority, and they start coming up with decisions, with policy, and I call these policies. They come with punitive measures. That's the best word for this, not even policies. Punitive measures like it to suffer us. And at the end of the day, you want me to feel for you. I won't feel for you. What you've gotten is what you wanted, and nationally, state-wise, that's what we're suffering. We should learn to begin to study people, study the antecedents, and say, come on, if I'm going to vote for this man, what kind of policies do I feel this man will come up with? And please, I want to advise Nigerians, if you see a government that is working, we should queue behind that government. Leave politics. There's difference between politics and governance. If you employ, politics will bring you to power. But when you get to position of authority, what we want now is governance, not politics. But Nigerians, they play politics right from election. Even after the election is over, they still continue to play politics. And that's the reason why things are not working for us in this country. I feel for Lagosians, because anytime I'm going to visit Lagos, I will go with my car.
Joyce, your last words on this.
My last words would be
for your average Nigerians that feel like,
let's try something else. We've tried docility. It's not working.
It's not.
No, let us try something else. You don't protest, SARS allegedly will kill you.
No way, they should protest.
You protest, SARS allegedly will kill you. So why not just protest?
So it's I perish,
please, if she said they should protest.
I perish. If I perish,
you're dying.
We have a way of solving this problem. We have our PVC. So you know, Nigerians, listen, there's no tool that is as powerful as the PVC. But on election day, I wonder the kind of things that happen. I go to vote. I see Nigerians, you see the way they crave for 2,000 naira. Sometimes we say, okay, forget it, I vote, I don't vote. They will see something, we now emerge. That is not true.
Between my neighbor and I told her that if your vote does not matter, why do you think they are desperately giving you this?
Yes, there are elections that can't be rigged. I'm telling you, there are elections that can't be rigged. But the problem about Nigerians is that the only way they rig election in Nigeria now is when you go to polling booths, you see people collecting money. Cash for votes. You see them collecting money, and Nigerians, they are so happy. You see, because but Nigerians they live by the moment. We live by the moment. When we want to get now, you see they are excited. When they give them 1,000, you see the way they are excited. I got 1,000. What is 1,000? You see, I'm not that poor. 1,000 naira. You know.
It means a lot.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not about poverty. To me, I don't see poverty as lack of funds. So.
We are that poor here as well.
So you discover that our leaders, they are not our problem. We actually are problem.
Our leaders are Nigerians. Nigerians are the problem of Nigeria. They are also Nigerians. They think and behave exactly like we do.
Yes.
Because if Nigeria is more functioning, there will be more money to steal. So why not make the country function so that there's more money for you to steal? But you refuse. The worse the country gets, the less funds for you to steal. So why not make it good so you have enough to steal?
And there's another angle. I'm not looking at this Lagos ban thing from Mo. It's very common with politicians. You know what? When they are doing some things that they don't want the citizens to know, to come up with policies like that will cause an uproar. Everybody will be shouting. They just to distract us. You see, so this, if you are sensitive enough, you check very well. There is something underneath it that Nigerians are not even. Maybe something is going on that they want to distract you. If there is a policy they want to come up with that they want to distract you, we see it in federal level a lot. They just say, okay, today we are going to, let's throw hate speech B. So in Nigeria start discussing hate speech B. So I think the process of discussing, they just go to China to borrow one loan, and you will not know that they borrow loan. And you understand?
We actually have not asked China.
And you see.
We're going to talk about Nigeria, their problems and their
On the side of positivity, a couple of trains have been imported recently for our railway that's actually working. They said one connecting to Warri and then the one for the Kaduna Abuja Railroad to make more trains available. And luckily for you, Lagosians, MC Oluomo said he will speak to the government. So now you have the NURTW chairman speaking on your behalf. Hopefully, we see how that's going to
And listen, you describe that of all the ministers in Buhari's cabinet, I'll give it to the Minister of Transport. The guy, I think he's doing something right. This train thing. You go to advanced countries, they have trains. I'm sure my son had not seen a train since he was born.
I haven't seen a train.
You've not seen. You see. You are very old. It doesn't.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it, and I know a lot of people enjoyed it. It was really energetic and so much to learn and so much information. Thank you so much, Karamo Dupe. Thank you so much, Joyce.
Welcome.
All right, we'll be here same time next week, Monday, bringing you all that is trending and all that is popping in the Nigerian space and in the diaspora. Do well to follow us on all our socials at TSL Nigeria TV. You can get news on the go. It is TSLNigeria.tv. Your day is beautiful. It's a bye for now.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go.